So Easedale Tarn is just above there. Now I remember the last time I came here, spotted this tree. I'm thinking, wonderful looking tree. How do I get a composition out of it? Let me show you. Very well formed, like a bonsai tree. I think I may have spotted something. Let me just explain. See, lovely looking branches, obviously. Look at them, real catful, lots of twist and turn, and the area where the bark has come off, it's created some nice contrast. But you see this little branch which is veered off to the left hand side, that's leading you into the frame, and then you've got the pool water, and then there's a bit of balance. You've got the contrast of the rapids. I want to work on this, and we've got a bit of light as well. It's one of those subjects where looking at it, it looks really nice, really appealing, but trying to build a photograph and composition out of it is looking hard. There's a couple of options, you tell me whether they work or not, but I've gone up close, just really emphasising this contrasting piece of tree trunks. Lovely shape, and then I've included the branch which veers out to the left. Quite managed to get the full streaming, but now I'm thinking it's a bit of a distraction. Also step back as well, standard shot really, with the fell tops in the background, nice bit of light on top of the tree. But yeah, it's one of those, I was going to say frustrating, but nothing's frustrating. You can't get frustrated about enjoying nature and what it's got to offer. It's just been put there to enjoy. Option 3, I've stepped back, I've got a wider view looking down into the valley. However, it's going to mean I'm going to blow out my highlights in the sky because the sun is literally there. But I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to use a bit of artistic license, as we all should do as landscape photographers. Don't get too confined in the roles, i.e. I must not burn out my highlights. Having said that, it's something that I'm always conscious of. It's just the way the brain has been programmed, isn't it, from the start of your landscape photography learning days. But as I said, it's all about creativity. I think this works actually. Still got a bit of the light bounced off the top of the tree, got a nice diagonal sloping background of the fells as well. It's good to study a subject, take a bit of time, try to figure out the best option. Something I need to do more frequently, something I don't do whilst I'm fell walking, because you know, there's a lot of things going on in my head, i.e. following the route, continuing, obviously taking into account fatigue and energy levels. It's a totally different approach to landscape photography, in my opinion. It's a bit of hiking photography. I like to take quick opportunities. But yeah, anyway, by the way, I said before that just over the brow was the tarn. Yeah, got that wrong. But I tell you what, look at this, it's absolutely beautiful. The tarn is a bit further up there. Talking about opportunities, just look at these cloud shapes. Create some nice diagonals, and I've got a nice little meandering path, so quick snap of this. 35mm, by the way, is the lens choice so far. Right, it's going to be simple way. Oh yeah, very nice. Easedale Tarn. Beautiful. And I'm not going to rush around looking for a composition because that is just going to spoil the moment. The conditions are, well, quite calming, but there is a slight breeze, not too heavy. Warm, but not too warm. The sun is there, but it's lightly blanketed by some cloud. I'm just going to enjoy the moment, take a bit of coffee and a bit of snacks. I might just wander around, see what I can find. But I'm going to make this, I'm going to take a moment, take my time, just to breathe the air, enjoy the scenery and the moment. Nice little chilled moment. When I did first come here, I did spot some potential, and then I chilled. And that was this meandering river. And again, I'm shooting towards the sun. I know I mentioned the importance of artistic flair, and occasionally you can blow out your highlights just to create that piece of art that you opt for. On this occasion, however, I don't need to do that. The difference between this shot and the last shot, apart from its subjects of course, is I was shooting the tree and the foliage on the tree was very dark, obviously in comparison with the sky. However, with this meandering stream, you've got the light bouncing off the water, so that in itself is creating the highlights, the contrast, and that balances itself with the sky. Artistic flair, well, I'm going to opt for a square crop. I know I've said this before, but don't underestimate the power of a square crop. And simple positioning on the frame, you've still got the fell tops in the background. Again, create some nice layering and depth, and again 35mm. That for this session is going to be my lens of choice. I find the 35mm, it obviously sits just outside the wide angle lens and under the middle telephoto lens. It's so versatile as well, and the lens itself, I mean, this is the RF 35mm, but any sort of 35mm prime, you're talking very light indeed. Of course, handheld, free to roam as it was, free to explore. I'm using my legs as a tripod. I'm just going to venture to the other end of the town. Now, with the type of light we've got today, pastel option, pastel colours is definitely an option here when I come to consider editing the images. I think it just gives that softness about it, especially when it comes to layering. See, I don't often decide whether an image is going to work in either black and white or colour. From what I'm thinking now, the first shot, or the shots which include the stream, you've got a lot of contrast with the light, so most likely that's going to be black and white. Similar to one of my favourite shots I took in my last video with the town, that really worked and stood out well, oh my word. It's there somewhere, can't see it. A lot of RF training pilots around here. Hawks, I believe. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, one of the last shots I took, one of my favourite shots I took, my last vlog, with the Tarn really worked well with black and white. Okay, let's just see if there's anything standing out here. Well, I say if there's anything that I can find, but of course, going back to what I said earlier, look for potential and maybe take some time in moulding and creating, building the shot. So I walked around the other side of the Tarn, and I do like the look of these grasses, reeds just appearing from the surface of the water. Some nice little peninsulas or land just protruding out, and that's breaking up the frame. What I'm going to do, I think square crops are going to work here. Still using the nice layering of the fells in the background. I'm going to change my settings to a 1:1 aspect ratio just to help me with that composition. I'm definitely working this scene. Definitely. Good powerful lines in this. Just remember my bag is on the other side of the water, so I'm going to have to crop that out because it is quite a big bag. Anyway, yeah, this is all good fun. Now then, manual. Don't know why I showed you that, just believe me. Manual, I've used manual mode since I got seriously into landscape photography, which is about, what, 15 years ago. So I've used manual for what, about 14 and a half years. And just to end this little session, nice little shot of that tree with the quite prominent crags in the background. Enjoyed this. Right, better go and retrieve my bag. So that's the end of this little video. I'm now going to continue my hike, bag off 5 Wainwrights, but that's all included in the next time you see me. Obviously the higher I get, the less I'm going to say the less foreground interest, but you never know, there might be some crags. But mainly, I would have thought mainly I'll be using a telephoto in that session. Okay, wind's picking up and all. Should be fun for next time you see me. Okay, so take good care of yourself, keep smiling, and bye bye for now.